Different podiums finishers already this.
My name is Takashi Ata. I'm from Superfly Sense from Japan, car number 2.
大家好，我是宁海涛，是在 F3 Asia 的系列赛中参加的是 Zen Motorsport 车队，中国原创车队，我的车号是3号。
Hello, my name is Louis Fred. I'm from Monaco. We're here in Shanghai with Black Arts Racing, and I will be holding the car number 4 for this weekend.
大家好，我是 EMC2 Racing 的刘哲轩，来自上海，我的车号是6号。
Hello, my name is Tomoki Takahashi, car number 7 from with super license. I'm from Japan.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Mohammed from Kenya. I'm racing for SVC Asia and I'm car number 8.
Hello， 我是梁汉昭，来自澳门，然后是在 Dragon High-Tech 竞技车队。
Hi, my name is Raoul Hyman. I'm racing with Dragon High-Tech GP in car number 27, and I race for Great Britain.
Hi, my name is Akash Neil Nandi. I drive for Absolute Racing. My car number is 29 and I'm from Malaysia.
Hey, I'm Akash Gowda, racing for Team M Sport from India. Car number 33. Thank you.
Hi guys, Jake Hughes, 24 years old, from Birmingham, United Kingdom. I race the number 34 Dragon High-Tech GP car, and you join us this weekend in Shanghai International Circuit for round 3 of Asian Formula 3.
I'm Jaden Conwright, driver of Absolute Racing, car number 80, and I'm from Fremont, California, USA.
Finishers already this season. This part. 啊，我要讲话，我没有听到 ，OK 吗？Hello everyone, welcome to Formula 3 Asia Championship certified by FIA. Right now I'm standing on the track of Ningbo International Circuit. This is also the second time for racers to race on this track. With 4 different winners and 7 different podiums finishers this season, the attentions certified filed about the whole race. Despite Hugh's dominance, having won every Formula 3 race he started before this season, but he acknowledges his rivals are closing in and they gain valuable track time. In addition, he is the one of only 2 drivers not to have a race before on this track. Today is the 4th race of this season, which means there have only 6 rounds left for our drivers. What exciting moment they will bring to us, and who will get on top of the podium today? We will see.
各位们，大家下午好啊！欢迎收看国际汽联亚洲3级方程式锦标赛宁波站的现场直播。这是我们本赛季第2次来到这条赛道，我相信我们大部分车手已经对在这里比赛有了一些自己的经验。但是呢，对于缺席了第2站的34号车手 Jake Hughes 以及8号车手 Jeremy Mohammed 来说呢，这是他们在这条有22个弯角的赛道上的首演。在上午的2节排位赛中呢 ，Jake Hughes 是一鼓作气拿下了双杆位，延续了他之前强劲的表现，以及表现了他对这条赛道的理解能力。但是在8号 Jeremy 这边呢，目前状况是不太理想啊。他在2节排位赛中呢，分别是掉落到了最后的2位。想要拿到积分，他必须拿出更好的表现。那么目前我们的2018年度车积分榜的争夺呢，已经进入到了白热化。 在本场比赛开始之前，目前积分榜前6位的车手都有可能在本周末的3回合比赛中登顶积分榜。那么我们已经可以预见到3场激烈的争夺战马上就要开始。那么在本场比赛开始之前，我们依然是很荣幸请到了亚洲 F3 官方合作伙伴嘉通轮胎研发中心的总工程师葛峰雷先生。我们请葛先生呢为我们介绍一下嘉通专门为亚洲 F3 打造的赛事轮胎 GTR One 在什么样的状况下才能达到最理想的工作状态，为我们车手的发挥呢保驾护航。我们有请葛先生。
其实，轮胎的抓地力对于车辆的这种影响是很大的，包括这种车辆的拐弯速度、刹车距离，还有直线加速，这种对轮胎的这种抓地力都息息相关的。轮胎赛车轮胎，大家都叫它热熔轮胎，就是它在最短的时间内能把热量集聚在一起，使轮胎的温度升为达到它的热熔状态。这是我们为这种亚洲方程式提供的一个轮胎，就是适配它的速度大概在230、240，大概在首圈内就要达到它的工作温度，做了一些开发。经过前几站的一些赛，成绩也是非常好，车主也非常满意。谢谢大家。
好，我们谢谢葛先生啊。下面我们回到比赛。
Hello, Hugh. So this time is the first time for you to drive on this track, and for the others it is the second time. So do you think this will be affected the result today?
Maybe before the weekend I thought that might be a possibility, but in the end we managed to get pole position, so clearly me and the car working well. So in terms of pace, I don't think that will be an issue. So if we get a good start and we keep the lead, I think we'll be fine, but for sure the other guys are quite quick on the start, so we will try to keep them behind.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Conrad, so the pit number 1 and 3 and 4 is all of them working from the same race. So do you feel pressure about that?
No, just gotta focus on what we have to do and just stay focused through the race and just hit all our marks and see where we finish the race.
Are you ready for the track now?
Oh yeah, of course, always ready.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hello, you think that this is for the track, this is the second time for you to race on the track. You think where is the most challenging part for you?
I'd say sector 2 and 3. It's a lot of corners in such a short space. I mean, there's 23 corners and it's only a 4.6k track. So there's a lot of time to lose time, but also to gain time. So I'll be trying to do the latter in this race.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, welcome back. And there on the grid, it's the 4th event of the 2018 season, the inaugural season of the new look F3 Championship. Of course, this championship sets new foundations for the category. It's the first FIA F3 Championship to adopt the FIA's new global vision for the formula. Single chassis, single engine concept to ensure continued development. And it's great to see this all get underway here in Asia And what a terrific season it has been so far. Interesting to see the man on pole on his debut here at Ningbo International Speed Park. Of course, we were here not too long ago, 31st of the August to the 2nd of September was the first event here for the new F3 Championship for Asia. That time round, unfortunately, Jake Hughes was not here. He had a super sub, and Ben Hingley jumped behind the wheel of his car for the Dragon High-Tech GP team and came away with a victory, which was very, very good. But it was Jaden Conroyd who also starts on the front row in that Absolute Racing black and metallic green livery, right of screen. Of course, Jake Hughes left of screen, and by setting pole position, he didn't top the 2 practice sessions and the testing prior. That was dominated in the end by Jaden Conroyd. Of course, set pole for both races when we're here in early September. He did win the 3rd race of the weekend, the 6th race of the season. But Jake Hughes so far undefeated. That's 3 pole positions from the 3 events he started. Of course, has started from P1 so far in every race he has contested so far this year. This will be his 7th time, and of the previous 6 races, he has gone on to win all 6 of those. So very experienced young man, Jake Hughes. And as you heard Paris talking on the grid, he wasn't here before, but that didn't deter him. He just focused on what he needed to do, and that is the Dragon High-Tech GP entry starting from position 1. Alongside Jaden Conroyd, Raoul Hyman, the 2nd of the Dragon High-Tech GP cars from position number 3, and alongside him the 3rd of the entries from Dragon High-Tech GP. Slightly different livery, but colours very much similar. Charles Leong. It's back to Tomoki Takahashi, who was very impressive last time out in Shanghai. Alongside him, the experienced Malaysian Akash Nandi. There he goes through screen, metallic blue and gunmetal grey livery of Absolute Racing. Then it's back to Hai Tao Yin and Ling Kang, who is making his debut in the series. Akash Gowda, who had a fairly hapless time last time out in Shanghai. The first race, stranded on the grid, couldn't get the car started and was an immediate retirement, then had to work his way through after that. Louis Pratt had a tough run too. Takashi Hata, Jeremy Wahome, probably expected a little bit more from him this time round. And Zhejuan Liu will start rear of field. So we are set for the opening race, and it will be a very, very interesting run to the line to see what we can do. This is race number 10 in the season. Now, by virtue of what he achieved last time out, Jake Hughes not only came into the championship fairly close to Raoul Hyman, his teammate, but in the end was able to take 3 dominant wins, and that put him on top into the championship. We will get to the overall points. And after 3 events and 9 races, that is the team classification, the driver's classification. Jake Hughes 150, Raoul Hyman 138, and Jaden Conroyd, who will start this race from the front row. The man from California, the young man from California, is starting from position number 3. Sorry, starting from position number 2. It's 3 in the championship race, 118 points. So we get organised, get set for a start, and the first of the 3 25-minute races will get underway. Busy circuit, just over 4 kilometres, 22 turns. Lights go on. When they're out, we will be underway for a start. Drivers obviously going to go around and get some temperature into those controlled Compete GTR1 tyres. Of course, all running identical Tardis F3 T318 monocoque carbon fibre chassis. You can see just how slippery the circuit is, and that's down to tyre temperature. As Raoul Hyman, the number 27 Dragon High-Tech GP entry. It's getting a little bit wide on the outside of turn 1. All campaigning the Alfa Romeo 1750 TBI turbo engine, 1742 cc's if you want to be exact, aluminium alloy 4-cylinder inline, about 270 horsepower, which is a little bit less than we've come to see from Formula 3 over past seasons, but works very, very nicely. 350 newton meters of torque, so plenty of punch off the line, and very competitive around this 4-kilometre Ningbo International Speed Park. Bumpy circuit, but that's not an alien thing for an open-wheel driver to have to counter. Certainly very, very stiffly sprung, and will avoid the curbs. Very high curbs here at Ningbo Speed Park, especially on the run down to turn 2 through a slight kink on the run down to turn 1. It's more of a kink than a turn, and then the very sharp 90-degree left-hander does tend to bunch the field up, but you've got to be very careful if you get caught out wide on the inside, because you hit that curb and you'll be a passenger as you float across the exit of the corner, and certainly nobody wants to be doing that. So Jaden Conroy, he'll be looking for a good result. As we say, 3rd in the championship, and he won the 6th race of the season here at Ningbo Speed Park last time out. Since then, well, it's been a domination by Jake Hughes. Shanghai last time round, just a couple of weeks ago, pole for qualifying 1, pole for qualifying 2. He had pole for all 3 races and dominated from the front, did Jake Hughes. So they will have hoped to have put as much temperature into these tyres as they can. They'll tell you it takes about 3 or 4 laps, perhaps more, because there's not a lot of abrasion with the track surface here at Ningbo. Not all that far from Shanghai International Circuit, nor Zhejiang International Circuit, which is not all that far away. The 3 circuits are in about a triangle of 300 odd kilometres in the southern part of China, south and east, as we get ready for a start. What can Jake Hughes do? He is on the left of screen. Jaden Conroy right of screen, and we're away. We're underway, and a great start from Hughes by the look of it. We're looking at that long lens, but he got away comfortably. Now it's Raoul Hyman goes side by side with Jaden Conroy for position 2. Do they get through? Very wide on the exit. Again, tyre temperature. Jaden Conroy's got him back on the exit. A little bit messy further back, avoiding contact. And that was, I would suggest, Takashi Hata a little bit further back in the super licence entry. A little bit of telltale smoke. Somebody's locked a wheel. Jaden Conroy 2nd. Raoul Hyman in position number 3. Charles Leong position 4. And behind him, that would be Tomoki Takahashi, who did such a great job. Was very competitive with the 3 Dragon High-Tech GP entries last time out. Managed to get himself onto the podium in Shanghai, and he'll be hoping to achieve the same sort of thing. Raoul Hyman and Charles Leong, very racy. The second of those cars, the Macau flag, the green and white on the top of the nose cone, and the red behind the rollover hoop. That is the car of Charles Leong. And look already at the performance of Jake Hughes. Very impressive qualifying. Pole position, 140.72. 3 tenths behind, almost 4 tenths. Jaden Conroy, position 2, and just a tenth behind him to Raoul Hyman. So very, very close. You go back to Charles Leong, well, it's mere half a tenth off teammate Raoul Hyman back in position 4. Great job, experienced campaigner. Of course, racing also in GP3 this year. But this new F3 championship, this is the blueprint for what the world will adopt very, very soon. The announcement's already coming from Europe for the 2019 seasons. And we should see very soon an announcement made about the chassis and engine packages that will be adopted in Europe next year. And each regional championship has a chance to develop their own package, which is exactly what's happened this year between the Tardis chassis and the Alfa Romeo engine in Asia. This is leading the way, the Asian Championship, and fitting too. It is a new beginning. Like anything that starts afresh, takes a little while to gain traction, but was only finding out last night 22 cars already sold into the Asian region, and a number of those have appeared in a fairly sporadic basis during the course of this year. But that championship will no doubt build as it becomes part of a global formula. We've seen some great single chassis championships in Asia in the past that have led to a number of drivers making it big in Europe. Drivers like Daniel Ricciardo that drives for Red Bull Racing at the moment and Renault next year. He had a beginning here in the open wheel, the junior formula in Asia in past seasons. So too, of course, Earl Bamber, the 2-time winner of the Le Mans 24-hour race. So there is opportunities, and by following a global formula, the FIA, for which this is a fully certified championship, are laying the foundations for the future of the young drivers from this part of the world. Jaden Conroy might be from the US of A, but he certainly is making his presence felt here in Asia. So too the UK's Jake Hughes. Raoul Hyman doing a very, very good job. Another British driver. And of course the high-tech GP team that has been so successful in a number of open wheel formula in the development of a lot of very successful young driving talent from Europe, coming over to Asia this year and campaigning these 3 cars, and it's been very, very good to see Charles Leong right on the tail of these 2 fast young British drivers. Is a great testament to what this championship is all about. So last time round, a 1:41.794. He's got a comfortable lead already out to 3.5 seconds over Jaden Conroy. Has Jake Hughes. Uh-oh. That's the number 4 entry. Louis Pret from Monaco, driving for the Black Arts Racing team. He's had a spin. Again, it's going to take a few laps for these tyres to come up to temperature. The GT Compete GTR1 tyre has proven to be very well suited to this new formula. It's not a fast wearing tyre, and this is not a particularly abrasive track surface. Good bump through there too is one of the track layouts that allows a shorter format for that part of the circuit. I think that's down that turn number 18, 19, number 33 entry. That's unfortunate for Akash Gowda. This is much the way he started the last round in Shanghai and got a few more laps than he did last time round, but it's certainly not what the young man from Indonesia was looking for. He was looking for a result, but where the 2 tracks join, there is a fairly large bump, and it does have a big effect on a GT car, so I can only imagine the performance change it has for this very stiffly sprung Formula 3 Tartus chassis. The drivers have done a number of laps around here now in testing, practice and qualifying, so they will be well adversed to where to position the car for that bump. But so far they're doing very, very nicely. Under pressure now, Jaden Conroy. Raoul Hyman has closed right up under his rear wing. He's gone from focus eyes forward to eyes looming large in the mirrors as he tries to protect position from Hyman. And what that'll do is that'll open the door up a little bit for Charles Leong. And what a great job he's been doing. The man from Hong Kong has been very, very impressive this year. Sorry, the man from Macau. Of course, he's got the Macanese flag on the front of his car. We're only just going through that. Getting too excited, of course. Macau, not too far from Hong Kong, but 2 very different parts of the world. On the exit, keeps the door well and truly closed. Now, one thing we've seen in past events here, and we saw last time round with F3, overtaking opportunities are all over this circuit, all over this 4 kilometre, 22 turn circuit. So there is an opportunity to make a move, but when you need to make a move and make it stick, need to make sure that you get through. Now I'm just looking at the timing monitor. It is telling me that there are a couple of drive-through penalties for false starts. One of those is for Jaden Conroy. That is dreadful news. Also for car 6, and that is Ryan Liu. Now he has done a great job on debut. Recently ran in Shanghai on debut in the Audi Sport R8 LMS Cup in the GT4 category and drove through the field to take victory in both legs of that debut run in the Cup. Very impressive run, has been very competitive too in China GT. A number of these drivers have done some miles in GT cars in Asia. As now Raoul Hyman goes down the inside and takes the position away from Jaden Conroy. Nice, clean passing move. Now it's down to Charles Leong, but he may well understand that there is a drive-through penalty pending for a false start for Jaden Conroy, so he doesn't need to risk any kind of move. He would, though, like Conroy to effect this pit stop sooner rather than later and make sure that Raoul Hyman doesn't get too far ahead. So far as talking about gaps, 6.5 seconds now, 1:41.308 rather, last time round, fastest lap of this race for Jake Hughes. Qualifying time 1:40.728, so he's about 6/10 off that pace, just under 6/10 off the qualifying pace. And these tyres now, we're on to lap number 5, will start to come up to temperature. We'll see what Jake Hughes can do from there. Well, he's just dropped it again, 1:41.226 as he crosses the line to put 5 laps in the books. Jaden Conright has disappeared from screen, so it's a Dragon High-Tech GP 1, 2, 3. Mission accomplished so far. I want to carry this through to the end of this race. Now, interestingly, temperatures have dropped again. Today's been an interesting day. Started quite cool. The sun appeared. Track temperature started to warm up. The GT cars suffered a little bit. It made quite a difference to their performance during qualifying. And just prior to this race, some dark clouds started to close in and they're circling the area. We hope there's no rain. It's the last thing we need to see with 12 and a half minutes still to go in this race. Half race distance just about in the books. At the moment, nobody, not Mother Nature, not his rivals, can stop Jake Hughes. It's been a very, very good season so far for him. Car 6, drive-through penalty, false start. Now, Ryan Liu should be down pit lane at some point. He's just crossed the sector. He's down at the hairpin at turn 10. So he's got a little bit to go. He's shown in position number 9. And he is currently leading the Masters classification. That is the M alongside the name, left of screen. Car number 6, position 9. Yin Hightower in position number 10. And Takashi Hata from the Super License team is in position number 11. Louis Pretz having a tough run. He had a tough time in Shanghai. Came through in the 3rd race and wasn't too bad, but certainly the start of his weekend didn't go well, and seems to be a little bit of deja vu for him. A man based in Hong Kong, driving for the Black Arts Racing operation. We saw that spin a little bit earlier in the race. Flawless is all you could say about Jake Hughes so far this year in the F3 Asian Championship. This would be win number 7 from 7 starts. All 7 of those starts came from pole position. Every time he's been entered this year, he has set the fastest qualifying time in both sessions, Q1 and Q2, then gone on to set the fastest lap in the opening race, which sets the grid for the second race of the second 25-minute race rather of the weekend. And currently, he is the fastest man on track. It was set lap and a half ago, 1:41.226. His last time round, well, he's pressing on, 1:41.286. How's that for consistency? 6/100 slower than his fastest lap. So he may have gone over the peak of the GT tyre. It's the number 7 entry, Takahashi, who's a little bit further back than we expected. In fact, Akash Nandi, whilst I've been talking about the 3 Dragon High-Tech GP entries, has got ahead of Takahashi. He's in position 4. So the young Malaysian driving for Absolute Racing ahead of the Super License number 7 entry. And that is the number 5 entry. In position number 6, that is Lin Kang. And he's doing a good job too. Again, one of the drivers that has had a little bit of international experience and also some GT experience this year, driving for the Zen Motorsport team, monstering the tail of that number 7 entry, the Super License entry of Tomoki Takahashi, and come onto the main straight, very wide on the exit, the Japanese driver. What a good job Lin Kang is doing so far in this race, position number 6. Oh, Jeremy Wahome too has been working his way forward. Pace-wise, 1:43.975. Check his qualifying time, 1:44.6. So he's made some gains, which is good news for the young British-based Kenyan. Driving for the SVC Asia entry. 9 minutes left on the clock. The lead out to 8.2 seconds. No let up at all, really, from Jake Hughes, although pace has dropped off just slightly, 1:41.42. So that's light years away from his best time if you look at it in the overall scheme of things, 2/10 off. just having said that, set the fastest first sector of the race in that in this lap. He set what looks like his personal best. That would tend to suggest somebody else has got the fastest sector. In fact, Raoul Hyman's got the fastest second sector. That's interesting. Just flashed up on the monitor. Great to have this information at my fingertips, and there you go. Whilst I've been talking about it, looking at this great battle. Oh, was that a barge board, or was that a little bit of debris on the circuit that Takahashi just ran over? A 140.956. So he's out now only 2/10 off his fastest time from qualifying. Is Jake Hughes. So he's continuing to press on, 8.5 seconds. Raoul Hyman last time round set his best lap of the race so far, a 141.2. So too to Charles Leong in position number 3. He's dropped to 3.4 seconds back from his teammate. But that tends to suggest these tyres are just starting to get up to optimum grip. And that's not bad, 8 laps into this race. So the difference between a tyre that is quite stiff, harder compound, and that's good for wear rate. Okay, the car moves around a little bit, but that's something that certainly the junior formula drivers need to counter. They also need to counter how to get temperature into those tyres to maximise their grip as quickly as they possibly can. Obviously teams can assist that by adjusting the tyre pressures. There is Jaden Conroy. Now where has he come back out? He's in position 8 and all over the tail of Jeremy Wahome in the number 8 entry. Looking at some updates on the timing monitor, but they're in fact from something else. Turn 6 incident under investigation. Uh-oh, that's not good. That is one of the super license entries. And that's likely to be Takahashi Hata. Takahashi Hata or not? Number 2 entry, of course it is. Tomoki Takahashi in the number 7 entry. He is currently in position 5. There he is on screen. Lin Kang still behind the Chinese driver in the Zen Motorsport entry. And this battle between Jaden Conroy in the green and gunmetal grey entry. And the car immediately ahead of him is Jeremy Wahome, the SVC Asia entry. We're talking about the turn 6 incident that's under investigation. We need to see what that's about. Oh, down the inside and overshoots the mark. No, he's got him on the exit, or has he? Wahome is defending, and rightly so too. You need to be careful just how hard they do defend. Open wheelers, well, they're not good at banging side pods. It's not like a GT car or a touring car. Once those covered wheels hit, it can be quite interesting, but kudos to Jeremy Wahome for continuing this fight. Unfortunately for Takashi Hata, he's still stuck down there on that part of the circuit. That's down to turn 18. Oh, locks a wheel. Jaden Conroy goes in too deep. Does that open the door for Raoul Hyman? No, it doesn't. In fact, that was down at turn 8 and 9, so it looks like turn 8 where Takashi Hata has in fact stopped. Doesn't appear to be on the monitor. Oh yes, he is. There it is. Turn 9 in fact, yellow flag and safety car board, so quite clearly the super license entry hasn't been able to get that car restarted. It could be that he's actually stranded on these high curbs here at Ningbo Speed Park. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the nose cone's just up on the top edge of the curb, but that shouldn't affect the drive. Maybe something else has let go and he's unable to get the car started. So disappointing. Quite often these cars, because they carry such a small battery, you don't get too many starts out of them. Of course, you carry a big battery, give you an extra couple of starts and a couple of extra kicks. That's going to be a whole heap more weight that you don't want. And certainly in these open wheel formula, it's all about being as light as humanly possible, which is why you see these guys are built more like jockeys than heavyweight boxers. Of course, need to be supremely fit, and that is one element of the sport that all these young guys are working on. They spend a lot of time in the gym, a lot of time on physical work, lot of time on simulators. It's an opportunity, of course, that didn't exist 30 years ago. So it's been plenty of time getting used to new circuits like it was for Jake Hughes. Not sure how much the quick young Englishman did before he came over. Has adapted to these circuits in Asia very, very nicely so far this year. Of course, the season kicked off at Sepang in Malaysia in the middle of July, rather. Went on to this circuit, Ningbo International Speed Park, end of August, early September. A couple of weeks ago, we were at Shanghai International Circuit, the home of the Chinese Formula One Grand Prix, 21 to 23 of September. And it's this weekend, middle of October, back at Ningbo Speed Park, and it all comes to a conclusion right where it began, back at the Herman Tilke designed 5.5 kilometre long Sepang International Circuit in Kuala Lumpur. So driving on some of the premier circuits in the region, and already it looks that the 2019 calendar hasn't quite been released yet, but is well under discussion as the 3 Dragon High-Tech GP entries lead this field around. Looks like we will see more work back on the Formula One circuits of the region, and that is good news. Could well be an extended calendar next year, although the 5 events, 15 races, 15 rounds effectively, has worked out very, very nicely so far this year. And as we say, 22 cars already sold into this region. The F3 European Championship, cars with the halo next year, currently run without the halo. Michael Schumacher's son, running very, very strongly in Europe, could well win the championship this year. It'll be a different car next year. All those rules are being set and organised in Europe at the moment. That may have a little bit of impact on what's going on here in Asia. And of course, like anything new, nobody wants to be the pioneer, nobody wants to step in first, but Asia stood up and made themselves the ones that would take this new future for Formula 3 on and get it developed. Keep up to date with everything that's going on too online with www.f3asia.com and the social media platforms, obviously in Chinese and English. You can keep up to date with what is going on. Certainly the Auto Technica built engine, the ATM AR F3R engine, turbocharged Alfa Romeo 1750 TBI, 1742 cc's, has been very, very tractable and very successful so far this year. This was another new beginning, and obviously the world is keeping a close eye on that engine. Down a little bit on power on where perhaps Formula 3 would like to be. Lights have gone out in the safety car, but of course this is a development formula. No sense going in at the top end. You want to get everything running, make sure it's all right. The TARDIS chassis is working brilliantly, and as a combination with the GT tyre has been the perfect beginning for F3 Asia. Getting ready for a restart. You can see there's 26 seconds, less than that now on the clock as they come towards the line through the last chicane. Jake Hughes, no they're not, they're actually further around the circuit. They're just going to roll to the line, so safety car off. They will finish in formation because they are still under yellow. So that's a bit disappointing not to be able to cross the line at speed. Right, he's on up to speed now as they come through the last couple of corners. And that was checkered flag to Jake Hughes. 7th win of the season for the young Englishman, and a trifecta once more for the Dragon High-Tech GP team. Akash Nandi across the line in position 4. Good result for him. Tomoki Takahashi would have liked to have been back fighting with those 3 Dragon High-Tech entries. Unfortunately could not do that this time round, but was able to defend from the man who started from the front row. Unfortunately, a drive-through penalty for him and Jaden Conroy across the line in position 6. So 4 and 6 for Absolute Racing, 1, 2, 3 for Dragon High-Tech GP, in position number 5 for Super License. Jeremy Wahomey from towards the rear of the grid, qualified in position number 12, finished in position number 7. So good move forward for him. Ryan Liu also had a drive-through penalty for a false start. He finishes in position number 8. Now, assuming he made that run down pit lane, because he was leading the Masters class, but he has crossed the line and maintained that advantage. So he will take top spot in the Masters classification. Second be Yin Haitao. Well, there is the number 5 entry. That's Ling Kang. He was in position 10. Was just about to call him, so he's come to a stop on the circuit. Hopefully nothing drastic for him. Ryan Liu had suffered a setback after qualifying. He needed to make some changes mechanically to that car. And fortunately, he was able to make a start, too good a start as it turned out in the end, same as Jaden Conroy. We talked about how well Jaden Conroy started, but certainly the star performer off the line was the man who was on pole position, number 34 of Jake Hughes. Now, he took the fastest lap of that race. What that means, that come tomorrow, when we 5-minute race starts at 10 a.m. CST, Chinese time tomorrow, Jake Hughes will start again from pole position. That will be his 8th start from P1, and he's just his 7th win this year. Race 3, effectively round 12 of this maiden championship of the F3 Asian Series, will be at 3:15 tomorrow afternoon. So very soon we'll hear from the drivers. We'll go through to the podium, and again, keep up to date with everything going on with the championship online, www.f3asia.com, and on all the social media platforms. Plenty of information, a lot of media here covering this weekend, and this has been another great result for the championship. And we look forward to going through with you tomorrow, and then on to the championship final, 23rd to the 25th of November at Sepang International Circuit. Steps out, Jake Hughes can well celebrate. Deserving winner, did everything right again for win number 7. Look at that. The 3 Dragon High-Tech GP entries, 1, 2, 3, or 11. That is Charles Leong. I see a slight difference to that livery. And we'll be down to Paris shortly, I think, to talk to the race winner as he celebrates win number 7.
So hello Hughes, congratulations, you got the winner of today. And so you think how you think about the first performance of this track today?
It was really good, to be honest. The start was awesome, probably the best I've had so far. Yeah, and then I think I kept doing fastest lap, and before the safety car I had maybe 9-second lead. So, I mean, the car was mega. Track is good fun to drive, so yeah. Enjoying driving this car and this championship, and yeah, happy to get, I think it's my 7th win now, so yeah, very happy.
You seem very regular on the top of the podium. What do you say about that?
I don't know, I suppose it shows what a good job the team do, Dragon High-Tech GP. I mean, we're 1, 2, 3. It's not the first time we've done that this season, so yeah, they give us a good car, and yeah, I can drive it quite well, so very happy.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations again.
To hear too from Raoul Hyman at some stage. Take a quick look back at a replay of the start. I was just getting going to get the cars all organised, get some temperature into the engines, some temperature into the drivers, and some into the tyres. And once we got underway, a little bit messy on the exit, but they can use the wide exit here at Ningbo Speed Park to run wide. No contact. Ultimately, no one could get anywhere near Jake Hughes. It took a safety car to bring the field back up to his tail. Jaden Conroy got a good start, held on to position 2, had to battle hard with Raoul Hyman and Charles Leong, but ultimately, here's the contact. Okay, that was Louis Pret. That didn't help his forward momentum. Oh, that's very, very wide. We're talking about how bumpy it is. That was Yin Haitao in the Zen Motorsport entry, but no one could get close. Oh, that was Jaden Conroy getting very, very wide. Jump start in the end for him. He had to do a drive-through penalty, work his way through. That was a great battle in the end over the closing stages with Jeremy Wahome. And Jeremy Wahome didn't make it easy, and this brought out the safety car. Unfortunately, Takashi Hata came to a stop down at turn 9, brought out the safety car. Unfortunately, we ran out of time, and that's the way the race finished, with Jake Hughes crossing the line for win number 7 in a Dragon High-Tech GP. 1, 2, 3.
very happy you got the number 2 on the podium, and you think this is the second time for you to race on this track. So you think where is your most circuit on the track for you?
Well, I mean, it's a great track. There's a lot going on, so it's really enjoyable to drive. I think everybody here quite likes it. For the race, it was a difficult one. I thought my start was okay. I got next to Jaden, and I sort of tried squeezing him a bit into turn 1. I wasn't terribly keen to go around the outside of turn 2, I guess. But I tested it on the warm-up lap, and it wasn't great. But I sort of had to because he was there. So yeah. But then I don't know why he got a drive-through penalty, Jaden. But I was expecting him to come in after 3 laps because that's a rule. So I don't know if it was 3 laps or not. But I kept trying to back off and set a fast lap because of race 2 grid, and he just didn't come in. So eventually the engineers said, "Okay, go now." So I went and I overtook him, and then that lap he came in. So. Bit annoyed about that, but it is what it is. I'm really happy for the team, especially Charles as well, to be back up on the podium. He's been really doing a good job all year, and I'm happy that we're all 1, 2, and 3. It shows what a great job the team has done.
Okay, I hope you will get the same luck tomorrow.
Yeah, well, hopefully better. Yeah. So we'll see what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Simon's really thinking about his motorsport. He calculated what he needed to do at the start, and he was right. He had to try. Certainly the best time to try is off the start. And Jaden Conrad obviously put him off a little bit, but in the end, well, he wouldn't have caught his teammate. I think we could discount that, but certainly, as he rightly says, he could have gone after the fastest lap of this race, which would have given him pole position and handed him an advantage for tomorrow's second race. But the pace of Jake Hughes at the front of the field just put that completely out of question.
So, hello, Len. So, you were not on the top 3 of the pole position. So, what strategy you are using on the race?
Just now?
Yeah, before. On the race, what strategy you are used? Because you are not very front of the pole position.
Not really front of the pole position?
No, because you are not the number 2 through number 3, right? So. You are not the faster than the top 3. And what strategy you change the position that faster than top 3 position?
其实你可以说中文，我觉得我听不懂你。
OK， 我的意思是因为您并是在前3名的position 对发车位，那您是怎么在比赛的过程中用了什么样的策略去调整了这个排名呢？
其实的话也没有什么特别的策略吧，就也是一直往前，然后做好保护轮胎，然后 make sure I have a good lap for race 2, but which I didn't have it because when I was trying to do the lap time, I gave a gap to second place so I don't caught any dirty air. And when I was doing my lap and the car spun at turn 8, so safety car come out, so I didn't really get a proper lap for second race, but we're still starting P3 tomorrow.
But very obviously you get a very good job. Okay, thank you and congratulations again.
Second place, car number 27 from Dragon High Tech GP, Raul Heyman。获得季军的车手是来自 Dragon High Tech GP 的11号车手梁汉钊。Third place, car number 11 from Dragon High Tech GP, Charles Liang。下面有请谢同春先生，国家体育总局汽车摩托车运动管理中心办公室主任，为获得冠军的车手颁奖。Now it's my honor to invite Mr. 谢同春, Office Director of Automobile and Motorcycle Sports, Administrative Center, General Administration of Sport, to present the trophy to the winner. 下面有请孙晓东先生，明泰投资发展集团有限公司副总裁，为获得亚军的车手颁奖。Let's invite Mr. 孙晓东, Vice President of Midtime Group, to present the trophy to second place. 下面有请葛峰雷先生，嘉通轮胎研发中心总工程师，为获得季军的车手颁奖。Let's invite Mr. 葛峰雷, Chief Engineer of GT Tire R&D Center, to present the trophy to third place. 我们有请颁奖嘉宾与获奖车手合影留念。Now let's have the group photo. Drivers, champagne time!下面有请 Master Cup 的获奖车手。Now let's have the podium ceremony for Master Cup. 获得冠军的车手来自 EMC2 Racing 6号车手刘泽轩。Winner is car number 6 from EMC2 Racing 刘泽轩。获得亚军的车手是来自 Zen Motorsports 3号车手尹海涛。Second place, car number 3 from Zen Motorsports 尹海涛。下面有请本杰明先生，艾巴赫弹簧太仓有限公司亚太区行政总裁，为大师杯组别的冠军车手颁奖。It's my honor to invite Mr. Benjamin Kiel, CEO Asia Pacific of Aibach Springs Taicang Limited, to present the trophy to the winner. 下面有请邓大为先生，上海情速赛事策划有限公司总经理，为获得亚军的车手颁奖。Let's invite Mr. David Digobi, General Manager of Top Speed Shanghai Limited, to present the trophy to second place. 下面我们有请颁奖嘉宾和获奖车手合影留念 group photo. jumping time.
Do you have to take or? No, I didn't want to. I felt him very badly and he was cracking the track.
So slow on the start. No, because I was all the key, and then I saw the safety car. Yeah, I was. It was a safety car boards I think I got remember you last time when you tried to overtake that outside? He tried to overtake him outside the fishing line. I'm not sure what he actually. Weren't you on the inside of me? Weren't you behind me? No, you could say. I said, this is you. This is me. Yeah, like so much outside. Because it normally goes on the outside of the guy. No, I mean, Takashi was like, he got one at the end of the I was like, come on now. Because I saw you.
Alright, welcome to the press conference of the former Free Asian Championship race, Ningbo. Congratulations to all the podium finishers. Jake, we'll start with you. Congratulations, another win. This is your first race. Most teams came here, most drivers have come here last race, and you got on top of things pretty quick. I saw in the first test it only took you about 5-6 laps, and you were already up on the timing sheets. How do you like the track, and does it suit your driving style?
In terms of driving style, it's hard to say really. But in terms of enjoyment of the track, I really like it. It's kind of like a big karting circuit. It's really bumpy. The curbs, you can use them. There's big curbs in the chicane, which are also quite soft, so you can really ride the car over them. But you know, it's like risk versus reward a little bit in the middle sector. But yeah, you're always turning. The tyres are working in a different way than they do in Malaysia and Sepang, I think, because of the layout, the lack of straights. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's different to anything I've ever driven before. So yeah, would like to come back. And yeah, in terms of the race, just had a mega start. Laid down some quick laps, and I think Rahul was battling with Jaden before he got his penalty. So the gap obviously is a bit bigger than what it probably would have been if I was P2 from the start. But for sure the car was working well, so happy to get my 7th win, I think. Yeah, so see what we can do tomorrow.
All right, cool, thanks. So congratulations on 2nd place. I noticed your fastest lap time during the race was around 3/10 slower than Jake. Do you feel you're catching up in terms of pace towards your teammates? And also talk us through your race.
Well, to answer your question firstly, I think so, in a sense. I think it's been a bit closer this weekend than it has previously. So I guess that's good, developing myself as a driver, getting on top of this car a bit more. I've struggled, I think, pretty massively with this, the driving style required for this car. And I'm happy with the support that I've had from the team to really build up the pace and go from there. With regards to the race, decent enough start, probably not as good as Jake's, but good enough to get alongside and get the nose ahead of Jaden. And well, as he's entitled to, he just wasn't going to let me go. So I wasn't keen to go on the outside of turn 2, but had to. And as I expected, had to drift a bit wide. Didn't want to hold the brake because you can cause a car to snap. But then I was told he had a drive-through, so I wasn't particularly keen to. I mean, Jake already had a big gap, so I wasn't particularly keen to just send one off the inside because you never really know. So every lap I come on the radio, I'm like, is he going to take it this lap? And then they're like, no, he's not. Or they said they're expecting him to. And then eventually on the lap that I did eventually overtake Jaden, my engineer said, we were supposed to take it, so maybe just go now. And meanwhile, I was trying to back off and get a lap in for race 2 because I didn't know when the tyres were going to peak. So I didn't want to have that as a problem. So when I did get past him, it was obviously, it was pretty straightforward from there. Charles obviously got held up a bit before Jaden took his penalty. And yeah, we were all evenly spaced out. But just a quick word for High Tech, they've done an awesome job. It's really good for all 3 of us to be up on the podium. And really happy for the team. So.
All right, congratulations. Also, Charles, welcome back to the podium. Last race in Ningbo, you were struggling quite a bit, but this time you seem to have found some good pace, also qualifying and free practice. You were up there. What has changed? Or what is different?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I think I just get used to the big car more now, because each and every car is a brand new car and it's a lot heavier, and the tires are also a lot wider, so it was really different driving style compared to before. So I'm still getting used to it.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Now I have some questions from Masterclass. First of all, congratulations for the winning, but today doesn't seem like the normal race day for you compared with before. You have problem in the qualify, and a lot of things happens in the race. Tell us how did you manage to win after the race?
So, it's been a really hard weekend just because we solved many problems. The first thing obvious I blow an engine, so in the qualifying, so I missed the second one. So, which means I have to fight back my position. Another thing is we adjusted the pedal because I always report to the team I got serious understeering, but we cannot find why. So we looked back the data and found that I always unconsciously holding like 10% of the throttle when I'm going through the corner. I think they fixed it and gave me a new engine, and I'm feeling way better in the real race. So I'm pretty happy, although it's not easy weekend, but we solved all the problems.
Okay, thank you. And the next question from Nico. And you know that we only have 5 races left for the season, and I think it's time to talk about the competition in the Drivers' Championship or Master Cup. Do you think the race is becoming more and more intense for you?
Actually, the Master Group, I'm not really, I just focus on my race, and The benefit is that right now I'm more comfortable during the race. I mean, beginning of season, special during the race, catch the car, fighting with car, the car by car, feel still, I mean, without 4 years or something, I still a little bit not enjoy. But now I think the better and better. So this is most of what I focus on. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, now let's have a good photo.